Hello, baseball. By the end of the day, 5 o'clock, the MLB Players Association has to respond to the MLB, who has set out a schedule in which they deemed fit for the 2020 season. The players who are being praised and clapped for saying, just tell us when and where, as being one of the most intelligent collective bargaining statements in the history of collective bargaining. Tell us when and where. The owners said when and where. They said, hey, July 24th, July 26th weekend, we will start this whole thing off. It'll be a 60-game season. I know that isn't what you want. I know a 60-game season isn't exactly what you want, but spring training will start on July 1st. Tell us if you can report there. There are some health and safety measures that you have to okay. We told you when. We told you where. That is all you were tweeting. Now, today, by 5 o'clock, Rob Manfred and the MLB Players Association potentially will have a deal in place to play baseball in 2020. Now, I'm a little bit upset because the business of baseball, to me, has been much more interesting than the sport of baseball. But here we are with a season potentially being saved, a CBA being negotiated a year from now as opposed to happening right now, and maybe with a 60-game sprint, all baseball teams have a chance, even the bum-ass Pittsburgh Pirates, which is good news for us. Jet Passan said he'd been talking to a lot of players, and the strong conviction that he feels is as if the players will pass this. Now, there's a lot of things that have to get dived into. The health and safety of this whole thing, because they're worried about playing at the local stadiums because the local TV and the local radio markets give so much money to the MLB. Well, how are they going to be able to do that? Because Foch just last week said that the NFL wouldn't be able to do it without a bubble. Are they going to put a bubble over every single baseball stadium? And then are they going to have tunnels like you're in Minneapolis to walk from one to the other? I don't think so. So the health and safety things are have to get okayed. I assume there's going to be a lot of, hey, you might get COVID-19 if you come and play. That waiver is going to be in there. That's going to be in everything. But it feels like baseball is going to have a 60-game season. And we talked to Kevin Youkilis 2 weeks ago, and he said if it's not 80 games, don't even talk about it because it's not real baseball. But here we are at 60 games, and it feels like it's going to be something that gets done. The baseball owners in Rob Manfred said when and said where. Now the players have until 5 to say whether or not they'll show up there. At Nick Moraldo is here on the ones and twos, fresh haircut. At Tone Diggs is here, and big baseball fan at Ty Schmidt is here. Ty, last night as you saw this all unfold, Bob Nightingale had a rough night. Bob Nightingale last night. I don't know who he is. He's an OG, I guess, in the baseball world. He has insiders telling him wrong names. I mean, he had wrong things going on. At one point, his tweets were debating themselves. And then last night, it all got out that it is official 60-game season being set up July 24th to 26th that weekend. They're starting July 1st as training camp. What do you think, and how do you think this is all came to be, and do you think the players will say, yeah, let's do it?
We talked about this ad nauseum, and we have, and it appears that Bob Nightingale didn't take our advice. You can't trust anyone. Like, he just has been seeing tweets. It's like, all right, there it is. We're ready to go. And that's just not the case. That's why it's like, I don't really care unless they actually say we are going to do this. And then you mentioned the health and safety. They've already closed down 2 spring training facilities for a bunch of COVID cases. So I feel like players might have an issue with that. But whatever. At this point, I'm so over it. If they play, that's awesome. If they don't, who cares? We'll look. Hopefully the NFL comes back.